A man who believed in God's teachings worked diligently on a great project for 120 years, despite the contempt, derision, and disparagement of many others. Then, when disaster struck, only his family survived. This is the story of the legacy of Noah's Ark and the flood mentioned in the Bible. In 1955, NASA satellite images showed traces of an ancient structure in the shape of a giant ship, located south of the Ararat mountain in Turkey. The length of this construction is estimated to be about 500 feet. By 1960, an archaeologist named Ron Wyatt had concluded after preliminary research that this could be the real Noah's Ark. In 1977, Wyatt organised a large-scale expedition and he discovered a huge formation of standing stone slabs. Many of them have been engraved with the signs of the cross. These are most likely the Ark's anchors, used as a weight to hang under the surface to help the ship keep its balance on the water. Later, the crosses were carved by Christians who visited the site. But before the search was over, Wyatt had to return home because he was not authorised by the Turkish government to conduct excavations. As a pious and faithful Christian, Wyatt prayed to God for help. Suddenly, in 1978, it seemed Wyatt's prayer was answered. An earthquake occurred, revealing the relic, as it caused the ship's side to split and reveal the wooden blocks used for the ship's side. Wyatt was delighted when he saw the clear structure of a ship and immediately returned to Turkey in 1979. He took samples of these holes for analysis and the test results showed these are fossils of wood. The results also showed that there were traces of metal elements inside the fossilised wood, indicating that the shipbuilding nails were decomposed by rainwater and minerals in the soil, merging into a mass with the wood. In addition, this wooden bar was found not to be solid wood but plywood, consisting of 3 overlapping layers with glue between each layer. When Wyatt used an electronic metal scanner and ground-penetrating radar to scan the ship, he realised that the proportions of metal were evenly distributed everywhere on the hull. The team marked the location of the discovered metal frames so that the structure of the ship could be clearly seen from above. So this is clearly a giant wooden, man-made ship. Whether it is Noah's Ark or not, this is a giant wooden ark that ran aground on a mountainside more than 6,500 feet above sea level. The weather on Mount Ararat has 4 seasons. In the spring, it rains a lot. In the summer, it is hot, and it is cold in the winter. It can be said, without exaggeration, that this 4,800-year-old ship should have been rotting long ago. How can it be so well preserved? It's because the entire hull was covered by limestone and lava deposits. The traces suggest that it was washed down from a higher position than where it sits today. It hit a large rock and got stuck. After the volcano erupted, lava covered the deck and gradually dried, preserving all of the ship's structures. After a long time, the lava cooled and turned into ruins. Rainwater poured down the entire rock mass, soaked into the soil, penetrated the minerals in the lava, and merged with the wood and iron on the ship, making the vessel undergo fossilisation. Thus the ship has been preserved and kept in its original state for thousands of years. Is this a coincidence, or is it God's arrangement? But many researchers also put forward theories against the ship on Mount Ararat. Some argue that the carbon age of the specimen is unclear, some wood samples being very close to the modern date of 1995. Other samples are dated around 1850, yet others date back to 1300, and still others to 4,800 years ago. These completely dissimilar pieces of wood have aroused much controversy and suspicion. Perhaps the ship was somehow preserved and restored by people from time to time in secret. Nobody knows. Some researchers believe that the possibility of the existence of Noah's Ark is very low, because perhaps Noah had the ark dismantled after the end of the Great Flood to serve the purpose of building and rebuilding a new life. In the Bible, however, there is no mention of the ark being disassembled, and since Noah was a devout and faithful man, there's a high chance he might have chosen to preserve the ark for generations to come. After all, it's a monument that represents the connection between humanity and God. If this construction is the real Noah's Ark, it is a discovery that shakes up all of human history. If Noah's Ark is real, then it means that the great flood that destroyed humanity was also real. Since it was God who warned Noah of the flood and ordered him to build an ark, it means that God really exists. Moreover, it raises an alarm bell that morality is vital to the survival of humanity. So why did no organisation or individual put effort into excavating this site to clarify the truth? You've probably heard of the Schrodinger's cat theory. There's a cat in a box, and you don't know if the cat is alive or dead unless you dare to open the box. Many scientists denied the findings and research of the mysterious structure, saying that it was not Noah's Ark, yet no one dared to excavate the site to prove it. Because if this is indeed Noah's Ark, all established notions will be overthrown. Objectively speaking, the ancient ship on Mount Ararat may or may not be the Ark of Noah, but it has not received the proper attention from governments and scientists. Therefore, this wooden ship will forever remain a mystery to us, not because we do not have the capacity and means to undertake the necessary research, but because there are some questions that we dare not seek the answers to.